Hello everyone, welcome to another chapter of this. I am kind of scary because I was looking at my videos that I already upload, and there is one video, like the number 4, that has 140 views, and I was like, the fuck, like why would you see that? It's me talking like shit. And I noticed, I noticed, I don't know, but I think this is, yes. No, I think that when I tend to speak louder, my English sound worse, but in the other way, if I tend to speak quietly, I can pronunciate better. So I'm going to try to talk slowly and quietly. So in this chapter, we're going to continue. We're going to read this book since the part that we left the other day, and I already started with Duolingo. This is my 3rd day in a row, so I'm very proud, and I am also using Duolingo to learn chess. So it's very funny. I am kind of addicted. Let's hope that this keep like this. So I need a bookmark. I think, yes, right here. This chapter calls "You Don't Have to Be a Genius." I already read this. I think that I am not read the chapter before. So I close the window because this doesn't have noise cancellation and there is a lot of cars passing by. So first says find a genius. That is a weird word that it's like escenario. So that is, but I didn't know it. So there is a quote that says, give what you have to someone, it might be better than you dare to think. From Henry Hansworth Longfellow. It says, there are a lot of destructive myths about creativity, but one of the most dangerous is the lone genius myth. An individual with superhuman talents appear out of nowhere at certain points in history, free of influence or precedent, with a direct connection to God or the muse. I don't know what it refers to, the muse. I mean, I know what is the translation of that, but I don't know what is referred to in the book. It says, when inspiration comes, it strikes like a lightning bolt, a light bulb switch on his head, and then he spent the rest of his time toiling away in his studio. Toiling is like working. And I have a mark here because I don't know that. Shaping this idea into a finished masterpiece that he released into the world to great fanfare. If you believe in the lone genius myth, creativity is an antisocial act performed by only a few great figures, mostly dead men, with men like Mozart, Einstein, or Picasso. The rest of us are left to stand around and gawk in awe at their achievements. Gawk in awe, it's like boquiabierto. Oh, this is like croak. Don't care. There is a healthier way of thinking about creativity that the musician Brian Eno refers to as genius. Under this model, great ideas are often birthed by a group of creative individuals, artists, curators, thinkers, theorists, and other tastemakers who wake up an ecology of talent. It says like ecology of talent. If you look back closely at history, many of the people who are think of as lone genius were actually part of a whole scene of people who were supporting each other, looking at each other's work, copying from each other, stealing ideas and contributing ideas. Isinius doesn't take away from the achievements of those great individuals. It just acknowledges that good work isn't created in vacuum, and the creativity is always in some sense a collaboration, the results of a mind connected to other minds. I think that this is very true because like in university when we are working, I think that the best ideas comes when you share your doubt with the rest of the group. It's like, I think I want to do this, but I'm not sure if it is going to work, or I'm not sure how to do it. So like we try to get to an answer, like the whole group, or someone gives a little idea and other ones add something to that idea, and then you go from an idea that you don't know if it's going to work or not to something very capable of doing it. And if you weren't shared, if you have not shared that idea with the rest of the group, maybe you're going to get to that point equally, but it is nice to have this kind of support with other people that think different of you. It's a nice dynamic. Let's continue. It says, what I love about the idea of Isinius is that it makes room in the history of creativity for the rest of us, the people who don't consider ourselves geniuses. Being a valuable part of a genius is not necessarily about how smart or talented you are, but about what you have to contribute. The ideas you share, the quality of the connections you make, and the conversation you start. If we forget about genius and think more about how we can nurture and contribute to a genius, we can adjust our own expectations and expectations of the world we want to accept us. We want the world to accept us. That says we can adjust our own expectations and expectations of the world we want to accept us. We can stop asking what others can do for us and start asking what we can do for others. Like, what is the content or what is the value of what you bring to the conversation? I think that is very good. I often this keeps sliding. I often think like, how can I gain more knowledge? So I don't know if it's like how can I share my knowledge, but I would like to gain more knowledge. So it would be nice if you worry about gaining knowledge and other people too. Now I'm saying bullshit. I'm saying bullshit. I was just improvising. Let's erase that. Maybe I'm going to erase it. Who knows? I don't think so. Oh yes. Let's continue. We live in an age where it's easier than ever to join a Genius. The internet is basically a bunch of Genius connected together, divorced from physical geography. Blogs, social media, email groups, discussion boards, forums, they're all the same thing. Virtual scenes where people go to hang out and talk about the things they are about. There are no bouncers, no gatekeepers. There is no bouncers, no gatekeepers, and no barrier to entering these scenes. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to have a fancy resume or a degree from an expensive school. Online, everyone, the artist, the curator, the master, and the apprentice, the expert, and the amateur, has the ability to contribute to something. And here we have this picture. I think that's all for today, because here we're starting a new chapter. I'm going to use this as a bookmark, and let's continue reading tomorrow. I hope so. Bye.